I think we have to replace that desire to be like somebody and find the qualities that you like about that person and start to recognize them within yourself. All of the amazing things that you see in other people is within you. Hello everybody. Welcome back. Glad we could hang out, do a little chit chat, maybe some storytelling. I've had some really good topics pop up in my brain recently, so I'm excited to get into it and share some thoughts that I have. I am currently in Las Vegas. I moved here about 3 months ago. Prior to moving to Las Vegas, I moved to Texas from Utah. It's the beginning of October. I moved to Texas in April with my best friend. Why, you may ask? For funsies. There was no plan. We just wanted to leave Utah. I've had a realization after moving to 2 different states within 6 months, which is so crazy. If you asked me last year if I thought I'd be moving to 2 different states this year, I had no idea. I did not expect that. It was very... what's the word? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. You know, you just make a decision immediately, just why not? That's what Texas was. It was super fun. I went through a lot of, some might say, spiritual growth, spiritual awakening, and it was honestly, it was rough. It was rough. I'm so grateful for it, but it was rough. I really had to dive deep and face some not cute things about myself, and I'm so glad it happened because I feel like I am so much closer to who I truly am. So I'm excited to share this a little bit with you. One thing that I learned along this move, it was kind of more of a realization or seeing it play out in reality from something that somebody had already told me. My neighbor in Utah, bet you he's gonna watch this. Before I moved to Texas, I was telling him about it. He said, just remember, wherever you go, there you are. Obviously, wherever I go, there I am. Something that kind of clicked for me. One of the reasons that I left Utah and that I didn't really enjoy it is because past experiences with the people that were in Utah, which had nothing to do with Utah. I just had some weird thing with the people that were there. It was all personal, it's all just in my head. There's nobody that I have beef with. It's just at the time, I was I want to get out of here because I don't like seeing people that I used to go to high school with, because high school is not a great experience for me. I had a hard time practicing what I love to do because I pushed myself out of practicing because of silly beliefs in my head. I felt like I didn't belong there. I felt like it wasn't good enough. I felt like I had let people down, so I didn't want to see certain people. I grew up in the church in Utah, and I didn't want to be there because I felt like I was being judged by people that I would see from church and my parents. I just felt like I was being judged by the people out there. And so I put those labels onto Utah, and what I realized, I would be oh, people in Utah are just kind of judgmental, and I don't really like that. But I also had to take a look inside and be okay, I'm judging all these people too. I am making judgments about these people. So if I think these people are judgmental, I am judging them, saying that they're judgmental when in reality they're probably not. When I moved to Texas, everybody was oh, how do you like Texas? How do you like living here? I just remember thinking, oh, the people are so nice. That was my answer. And they're oh, really? Some of the people out here are insert judgment. It's okay, you experience what you are, and this plays out in so many ways. Your reality is a reflection of you. I always check myself when I say something about anyone, or if I even think something. We'll just take a second and analyze that. Just being a little more aware and analyzing what I'm saying and what I'm perceiving. But this also goes to play out in positive ways. We can find all of the bad things about ourselves and be oh, I need to fix this. I definitely faced those things. But what comes with duality, contrast, and the other side of that, I also, throughout that deep diving and soul searching within myself, I did the 7 whys. My neighbor actually recommended me to do this, I believe. I've also heard about it in some podcasts and some books. When I made the decision to leave Texas and move to Vegas, it was a very difficult decision to make because I moved out there with my best friend, and I was I feel terrible for basically coming out here and being like, hey, I'm with you, like we just did this move together. Now I'm like, this is not what I want. I want to go follow my dreams in Vegas. When I was contemplating, like, is that really what I want? Do I actually want to move to Vegas? Do I want to leave what we just created to go pursue my dreams? Basically, my statement was, I want to move to Vegas so that I can pursue my dreams to run away with the circus. And as I asked myself why 7 times, why do I want to move to Vegas to pursue my dreams of the circus? The root of that question came from my first coach, Darla. I love her so much. She's amazing. She was the biggest inspiration for me. She's such a good teacher, such a good trainer. Her story basically spoke about how she was able to run away with the circus as she was persistent. She trained so hard to get into there, and it was very motivating. I was like, I want to be like her. I want to be like that. Her story was just like the biggest inspiration for me and her as a person. After that, why do you want to be like her? I asked the why again. I was able to name all of these qualities about her. She's so inspirational, so strong, talented, skilled, motivating. She was determined. And then once I wrote down all of those qualities, I immediately saw where this was leading me. That I see all of those qualities in myself. Everything you see in somebody else, you also have that within yourself. So if you are looking up to this person and they're like your biggest inspiration, and you just want to be like them, I think we have to replace that desire to be like somebody and find the qualities that you like about that person and start to recognize them within yourself. And oh my gosh, so I heard a podcast the other day. I listen to podcasts all the time. When I'm getting ready, when I'm cooking, when I'm doing cardio. Like, I just love podcasts. I love conversations from people and just like hearing different perspectives and experiences. I love them. Hence the reason why I like to share stories, I guess. No! It was actually in the book that I just finished. Guys, I had a crazy deja vu moment yesterday, like a flashback. When I moved to Texas, I have this book. It's called The Mastery of Self. He has a couple books. It was amazing. I finished it yesterday while I was outside as I contemplate going back home. That's a whole nother video. It is so interesting because when I finished this book, I didn't even know I was close to finishing it. But I had a flashback to the day that I started the book. I was in Texas, I was outside on the grass when I like started to really figure stuff out within myself. And it was so cool how like full circle, as I read this book, I'm like actually going on the journey of mastering myself. And it was such a cool moment. That was a sidetrack. I don't know why. Wait. No, I remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. Why is this happening? Oh, it was an exercise. And I would like to share this exercise with you guys because I think it's a really good way to kick self-doubt out and see more about the power and the magic that you have within yourself. Think about the person that is the biggest influence on your life. Your greatest inspiration, your biggest motivation. In a sense, you want to be just like them, like you love everything that they do. So for me, I would think about my coach, Darla. Don't write down their name. You write down a list of qualities that you love about that person. I kind of already talked about this, but I would write down talented, strong, inspirational, funny. She's so funny. Driven, dedicated, successful, kind. You write down a list of all these things that you love about that person. And then write your name at the top. And you can see how well all of those attributes resonate with yourself. You have all of those within yourself. And next time, if you're ever making a judgment about somebody too, you can pause and replace it with something positive. Life is crazy. Life is such a roller coaster. And ever since I was a kid, I have loved roller coasters. So I asked for it. It really is crazy. The message from this that I hope you can take with you is wherever you go, there you are. All of the amazing things that you see in other people is within you. You already have it. I would love for you guys to try the exercise. Thanks for joining me in the CarCast again. I think this one was really fun. I'm excited to share more about my experience here in Vegas and also just moving from state to state because man, it's been a journey. It hasn't even been a year and it's been a journey. I hope you all have such an amazing day. I hope you're able to see how amazing you truly are. And as you go about the rest of your day, stay blessed.